This is the Alpha Men Podcast. Every narrative, a world where the average Joe is expected to apologize for just being a guy, comes a show where testosterone reigns supreme, where manliness knows no bounds. Prepare yourselves for a podcast unlike any other. TJ Michaels and John Stacy invite you on a roller coaster ride of machismo on the Alpha Men Podcast. Meet TJ Michaels, whose ideas are as wild as his bushy goatee, and John Stacy, whose confidence is as big as his biceps. They love and respect the women in their lives, but here they're on a quest to celebrate the essence of manhood. The Alpha Men tackle the big questions like, is it acceptable to cry during an action movie? Can a man survive on jerky alone for a week? And if a man builds a DIY project and doesn't post about it on social media, did it really happen? These dudes leave no stone unturned. Get ready for a podcast that's part comedy, part camaraderie, and all things manly. The ladies have their view, but these guys have their brew. The Alpha Men Podcast is presented by
Ohana Sports Cards on Facebook.
For incredible card breaks and more, go to OHANA Sports Cards on Facebook. By Garage Door Commander, online at garagedoorcommander.com. Produced by TJ Michaels Creative, narrated by Jamie Dennis, and dedicated to Hendrik the Viking Poulsen. 2024, all rights reserved. The Alpha Men Podcast is rated M for maximum manliness. Here are your hosts, live from the granite capital of the world, Barrie, Vermont, TJ Michaels. And he, from the heart of NASCAR country, Trinity, North Carolina, John Stacy. This is the Alpha Men Podcast.
You sick, twisted freaks. Welcome to the Alpha Men Podcast, Season 2, Episode 11. 11. Tuesday night, and we are here. My name is TJ Michaels. I come to you from the granite capital of the world. Baby Huey over there from Trinity, North Carolina. John Stacy, how are you, my friend?
Doing well, you. I had a nice week off from NASCAR, so
I shaved the goatee today.
I couldn't tell by the double chin. I mean, I see.
Listen, just because my face has its own neck pillow, right? Stop it. No, but you know how you're trying to trim it up and make it symmetrical, and I got the clippers in my hand, and I'm going, and I got too close, and I shaved a corner of it off, and then I had it all screwed up, and I was like,
So
forget it.
I shaved my head today,
Yeah.
and then this side here is fine.
Yeah.
Well, the guard came off, so I got an extra inch shorter on this side
Nobody will notice.
because I wear a hat all the time.
No, that's it. Yeah. Or it's also that nobody notices your hair. I can guarantee you that. Stomach's probably in the way most of the time, but
Whoa.
Nonetheless, listen, we got a great show for you tonight. We want to thank our presenting sponsor, Ohana Sports Cards, on Facebook for incredible card breaks, sports memorabilia, and all that stuff. They don't have panini sandwiches. Panini sports cards, yes. No panini sandwiches. Ohana Sports Cards on Facebook. Ohana means family, and that's how sellers and the gang up there treat you. Check that out if you have a couple of minutes. And
We got racing now.
Yeah, you are doing racing over at Ohana.
No, he's racing cards now. So
Oh, cool. Very cool. Hit that like button, smash the subscribe button. Do us a favor, share this podcast. We're growing a community here, and we want you to be a part of it. And if you really would like to help us out, head on over to the Manly merch store at alphamenpodcast.com. We've got all kinds of Alpha Men gear and apparel, and everything sold in that store goes right back into this journey into manliness that we call the Alpha Men Podcast. So, grab a cold one, kick back, and join us in the man cave of podcasts. This is the Alpha Men Podcast.
you forgot something. A very strong-willed woman.
Well, I mean, politically, we are really, really divided in this country, and everybody is talking about the border, right? And everybody's talking about crime and how bad crime is in cities recently.
She's a superhero.
We think we have figured out a deterrent, okay, for crime in the big cities, and we have the video. Go ahead, roll it.
This girl sitting here, mind her business, playing on her phone. Typical.
She's getting robbed.
Oh, give me money.
Oh, he's gonna pull a gun. Pull a gun. Go ahead.
Boom. Best defense in the world right there. She flashes him. She's a superhero. I'm proud of her.
The guy went, I don't know what to do here. I'll pick up my phone and take a picture. Okay, thanks. See ya. Got the robbery cold, right? She pulled out her guns.
She pulled her guns.
Right?
So I thought that was pretty cool. So Peak sent me that and I shared it on here.
There we go. Let's get started. This is the Alpha Men Podcast.
This is the Alpha Men Podcast.
All righty, mansplaining the news tonight. Here's what happened this past week. The Biden administration announced new weapons packages for Ukraine, but the package still getting the most attention this week is John Cena.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
The House passed a bill this week that would lead to a ban on TikTok. Now, it might not seem like a big deal to you, but when you realize that most people under 40 heard that news by watching TikTok, it becomes a little bit of a problem. Housing and Urban Development Secretary Marcia Fudge is resigning. That's a big story this week. They'll have to find someone else to fudge the numbers, I guess. Fudge you. All right. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. wants either Aaron Rodgers or Jesse Ventura as his running mate.
Really?
I mean, Pee Wee Herman is dead, so you got to work with what you have.
Hey, I'm starting to like this guy a little bit.
Well, even Kamala Harris was like, really? Those are your VIP picks? I mean, yeah. Taco Bells in Oakland, California are going to close their dining rooms due to the high crime. You need to hire that young lady we just showed you. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
The locations look so barren now, the A's mistook them for a home game.
Oh, that's harsh for the A's.
10,000 bees this past week prevented Los Angeles police helicopter from taking off. They were eventually removed, authorities say, in an elaborate sting operation.
They just take off, fly.
McDonald's unveiling a new environmentally friendly employee uniforms. Here's the deal. McDonald's, your clothes are now more biodegradable than your food. I'm just saying.
Well, it's like the oldest cheeseburger, like 30 years, 40 years old or something.
That's
it?
Cheeseburgers from 2006 right there. And those fries.
I'd still eat it.
Yeah, I know you would. Wastewater treatment plant in North Carolina gained some notoriety this past week for making beer from recycled water. They say they're going to call it Bud Light.
It's horrible.
People are still talking about President Biden's fiery State of the Union address. Unlike Biden, the speech had teeth.
That's messed up.
Story we're going to get into a little bit more later on tonight. A 100-year-old World War II veteran is getting married.
Damn.
I guess he figures if war and old age couldn't kill him, marriage should do the trick.
Oh, God. Oh. Poor guy.
Scientists are closer to reviving woolly mammoths from extinction. Not a big story in science this week. Up next, they hope to do the same for Joe Biden's presidential campaign.
That's a fact.
Pierce Brosnan thinks Cillian Murphy should be the next James Bond. Now, me personally, I prefer Alec Baldwin. He's already got a license to kill.
I like his option, not that one, but his.
Christopher Nolan made $85 million from the Oppenheimer movie, but not to be outdone, nobody makes more money from bombs than Nicolas Cage.
Oh, yes, from
Yeah.
Yep.
60 Seconds.
Yep.
It's really the only good movie he's ever done.
Well, what about The Rock? He did the good on The Rock.
Yeah, that one was all right. And there was
Face Off was good.
Face Off was all right. Yeah. The rest of them suck on ice. The All By Myself singer Eric Carmen died this past week. Wow. Ironically, surrounded by family and friends.
Ironically.
An offer of nude videos from Sydney Sweeney is moving around the internet. They say it's actually a scam to infect your computer with malware. If you really want to see Sydney Sweeney naked, you'll have to settle for watching every other single thing she's done. Okay. Kris Jenner reportedly got a nose job this week. Big in entertainment news, which is really kind of a switch because usually when a woman goes under a knife, a Kardashian usually defends the killer.
Okay.
Robert Downey Jr.'s wife has shared the secret to their marriage.
Oh.
It is he's loaded.
Mm-hmm.
Loaded.
That is a fact.
Yeah. New Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire might be in the works. They say in this one the stakes have never been higher because his webs don't shoot nearly as far as they used to.
Where the hell do you find these pictures?
And finally, The Rock has launched a skincare brand this week.
Yep.
It'll be the best-selling wrestling tie-in since Hulk Hogan's line of male-pattern baldness bandanas.
The Rock stuff's been all over TikTok.
And that is Mansplaining the News tonight on the Alpha Men Podcast.
Cracking jokes sometimes and cold ones we're not proud of.
All righty. Reach into the Evil Knievel beer fridge here in the podcast studio. By the way, here's Evil. It's my hero.
Stop playing with your toys.
Sorry. I am going to do Steel Reserve. And I always thought this was made in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, but it's not.
That's a music.
It's made in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Steel Reserve Alloy Series.
Alloy
Series. Spiked Cherry Slushy.
I remember last time we did a slushy. You didn't like it.
Yeah, I know.
So I got my beer man, a.k.a. Peak.
Yep.
Picked up some Victory Sour Monkey Sour Triple 9.5 alcohol volume in a 12-ounce can. I got 2 of them.
Victory as in like Victory Motorcycles?
I mean, that's the logo.
It does look like it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Victory Motorcycles is now making beer?
It's from Downingtown, Pennsylvania.
Huh. I'll have to look into that.
Victory Brewing Company.
Okay.
Fruity notes of imported Belgian yeast swirl through precise souring, pucker up to a bite of citrus-laden tang ending with delicate experience.
All
It's
right.
a Pilsner. Hops are a Tenang. Tenang? I don't know what it is.
Tang? What?
Yeah.
I don't know. Steel Reserve Alloy Series Spiked Cherry Slushy, 8% per volume. I'm not going to read the can to you because it doesn't really say anything on it. But
Oh, that shit's sour. Whoa. That is some... Oh. Nope.
dude, this actually isn't bad. You know the icy machines in the Kmart
Yeah.
when you're a kid?
Mm-hmm.
That's what this tastes like.
This tastes like I'm sucking on a warhead. Oh, the second sip ain't as bad. The first sip is a catch.
Now that's a beer though, right? That's a
Yeah, it's a Pilsner.
okay. Huh.
Yeah, it's definitely it's 9.5%. Definitely tell the alcohol content,
Yep.
but it's got a kick in the beginning. It's like eating a warhead or like a light warhead.
And then there's a beer finish to it.
Mm-hmm. Huh. It's a citrus beer. It's almost like a Blue Moon finish.
Well, this tastes like
It definitely grows on you. I see your comment, Peak. It definitely grows on you.
this.
You know.
This tastes like you made one of those slushies at the Kmart, and you pumped the crap out of the thing.
Oh, all
Put
the
a
flavor.
whole bunch of syrup in it.
Yeah.
It's actually not bad. I know the last slushy thing that was out there I didn't care for. This I would drink again. I would.
I'd give us a solid. I don't like sour. 2, 3.
Come on, one sip. Everybody knows the rules.
I'm gonna give it 3.
3.
Solid 3.
I'm going out of 5. I'm going 4 on this. It's not bad.
TJ, this Kool-Aid. How much alcohol content's in that?
8%. So,
Not bad.
yeah. There you have it. Steel Reserve, Spiked Cherry Slushy. And you're going to have to tell me the name of that again because I can't really read that off the...
Victory. Sour Monkey. Victory Sour Monkey Sour Triple.
Okay.
Triple TRIPEL.
And it's a Pilsner.
It's a Pilsner.
Made in Pennsylvania.
Downingtown, Pennsylvania. You know where that is?
I do. Yep, absolutely.
It's not bad, but it's just different.
Those are our beers on tap this week on the Alpha Men Podcast.
This is the Alpha Men Podcast. Motorsports. These are John's red flag moments.
Whose voice?
We were just talking about the fact that the clip that we opened the show with could be our hidden hero this week too, because those babies she flashed to stop that robber were hidden, and then she pulled out the guns. Right.
That's
also
true.
Could be a red flag moment because them things stopped everything.
I do agree there. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, we got footage here. Let's make sure.
Right.
Let's play by play. Let's make sure it's okay.
Robbing the store. Give me all the money. Yep. Okay. Yeah. All right. I think I'm going to leave now.
I'll go with that.
But not before I snap this picture.
I would if it was me.
Such a guy thing to do. All right.
Red
Red flag moment this week. These are coming from the Nation's Site of Excitement, Barry's Thunder Road. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. I was working there. All this happened. That 2001. I remember all this.
All right.
So it's about a 2.5 minute long, but it's well worth it. It'll bring back some nostalgia and fun.
All righty.
And Dave Moody calls him. It's perfect. Remember we used to run old trucks there. Oh, so fun.
On the wall.
I remember all these. There's Dave. You knew when you knew it was wreck coming. Dave Moody's voice. We need to get him on the show.
Yeah.
You knew his voice. That hit the Jeep. So this cost Tom $2,200 right here. I remember this because see the Jeep right there. Boom. I remember that. It missed. It hit the Jeep and hit it.
I think it was there for that too.
Yeah. I had to go get the tire. Yeah. This is the pile-up 3 flip. Oh, that's not.
It's so cool to hear the guy that you hear on Motor Racing Network and NASCAR channel on Sirius calling this little racetrack in central Vermont.
That's where he got his famous. That's where he got it from.
Yeah.
This is memories for me. I miss this. If I could go back to this over NASCAR, I wouldn't heartbeat. This is just had so much fun.
I just want to hear him say "Oh my heart" just once.
Yeah, summer 2005 footage.
Yeah,
but a lot of this is from 2001 to 2006. But most of it's 2001s. And Mud Flop's coming in here shortly. Not in this one, but you remember Mud Flop?
Oh yeah,
that was a good one. Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah. There's Mitch. There's Dean. There's my father, actually, right there on the right. I remember that one. Boom. We'll get foam. There's Betty.
Everybody
Randy,
sitting in
Dean.
the pit area grandstand was changing their shorts after that.
Yeah. That's I believe that's Brady's truck. God, I miss those days. It's Chris Bashad, now the owner of Thunder Road.
Yeah.
And his governor, Phil Scott. Yep.
Yeah.
So it's good to see, though. I saw that, and I was like, I got to play that again. I've seen it 100 times, but it's the nostalgia of it is great for me. And then anybody watching that's local.
Red flag moments tonight from John on the Alpha Men podcast.
Raising a glass in the bar on Manly Comedy.
You know, on the other side of this camera, there's an old couch. My wife wanted me to send it curbside years ago, but a lot of big decisions have been made on that couch. Parenting, all kinds of other stuff, family stuff, and it's a comfortable couch. So I brought it up here to the podcast studio, and I like to sit on it and think. And this past week, when thinking of something four tales from the old couch, I started thinking about something that we've heard a lot about lately, and that is cancel culture.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the practice of really kind of trying to erase someone because they don't fit your mold. And let me tell you, it's starting to become about as tired as a marathon runner in quicksand or John at a salad bar.
Hey, I like salad.
It's approaching its end, cancel culture. Is it really? Well, we think it might be because we got this thing called the First Amendment, guaranteed by the good old U.S. of A. and the Constitution. And let me break it down for you just for a second. It wasn't conjured up for polite chit-chat that tickles your fancy or makes you feel all warm and fuzzy. It was crafted to protect the wild, the dangerous, and the downright unpopular speech.
Oops.
But we're in a world where if you dare speak your mind these days, the mob is ready to pounce like a pack of hungry wolves. They'll call for your job. They'll call for your livelihood. Heck, even your grandma's prized cookie recipe. I don't know. But there's no doubt that the practice of trying to erase someone from society because they don't happen to believe what you do is tired, and the world would be a much better place without it.
Yeah.
So in the past decade or so, we've watched so many people get canceled for having an opinion different than many. And most of the egregious of all of these are comedians who are canceled because of jokes, canceled because of things they said at a comedy show that were deemed offensive. Now listen, stand-up comedy ain't for the faint of heart. It's a wild ride through the land of taboo where nothing's off limits. And an offense is just another punchline. And yet we've seen comedians get the boot faster than a cat on a hot tin roof. And, well, where's the evidence that it's dying? Well, the evidence that cancel culture is just about over is in Shane Gillis.
Oh, Shane.
About 5 years ago, Shane Gillis was fired from a job before he ever actually even did it. He was fired from Saturday Night Live before he even had his very first show. You see, in 2019, he was a new cast member there.
Mm-hmm.
And at Saturday Night Live, shortly after the announcement that he got the job, some old videos and podcasts surfaced of him using some offensive language, including some anti-Asian slurs. And the mob attacked. They called for him to be fired. And now, what you need to know about Gillis is he's an equal opportunity offender. He makes fun of himself more than anything else.
I was just going to say that.
And when culture puts so much identity into politics, identity politics are an open target in his stand-up. And he hits everyone, again, including himself, pretty evenly. And they're jokes. It's a stand-up comedy show. I think we have a clip. Go ahead, roll.
1, 2, 3.
I'm back in a big way. with musical guest 21 Savage.
Well, oh, how the tables have turned. Last week, they asked Shane Gillis to host Saturday Night Live, the very same show that he was fired from in 2019 before he could even make an appearance. Sometimes it feels like you're explaining comedy to Helen Keller in this woke world. It's like, hand, right? Since being fired from SNL, he created a podcast, did more stand-up, created a huge following, and yeah, here's Saturday Night Live coming along, the very show he was canceled from, which, by the way, that show hasn't been funny in decades. It's the hypocrisy of a bunch of Karens who think it's their right to ruin someone's life and the enjoyment of others or laughs over being offended. Here's a piece of Shane Gillis' set.
I miss it. I miss the Trump speeches. For real, though, it was my favorite speech I've ever seen a president give. It was the night the United States killed the leader of ISIS. Trump comes out of the Situation Room at like midnight in the White House, and he walks down that fucking tunnel and gives a press conference like he's giving a post-game NBA just killed a guy press conference. He walks up in front of the entire world at midnight and just goes, Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi is dead. He died like a dog. And I didn't change one word of that. That's what he opened with. And then he did 40 minutes. The speech is 40 minutes for no reason. It wasn't a prepared speech. He freestyled 40 straight. Not even a speech, just mean shit talk for 40. The meanest shit talk you've ever heard in front of the whole world. Abu, we could hear him crying. I said, Abu, don't cry. Abu. Let me tell you something. Abu cried. He cried quite a bit. I wouldn't have cried. Crybaby Baghdadi. That's what we were all calling it.
Dude, that's funny, right?
Yeah.
Regardless of, but here's the thing. It has become about everybody's personal feelings. And here's a clue. In comedy, no one cares about your personal feelings. So there is some questions to ask at the folks over at Saturday Night Live. If you fired him truly because he was offensive, is he suddenly no longer racist or homophobic? What did he do to earn the world's forgiveness? Or do we forgive him now because he has a great podcast? Oh, I know. People are following him now, and SNL needs the ratings, and therefore they need the host. And so therefore, your whole plan and whole deal was a bunch of virtue signaling. Because in the end, you need Shane Gillis more than he needs you. And here's the deal. It's not just about Shane. It's about sending a message loud and clear that cancel culture is kind of losing its grip. Nobody's got time for your personal vendettas anymore. In this world, we all just want to laugh, damn it. We want to laugh at ourselves. We want to laugh at each other. And heck, we may even want to laugh at you. So, mark my words, cancel culture, it is on its way out. And if you don't believe me, just ask the offended. They'll tell you themselves, because at the end of the day, we're all just looking for a good laugh. And thank goodness, Shane Gillis is back. And that's Tales from the Old Couch tonight on the Alpha Men Podcast. This portion of the Alpha Men Podcast is proudly presented by Ohana Sports Cards on Facebook. Ohana means family, and that's how they treat their customers, like family. Check out Ohana Sports Cards on Facebook and become part of the Ohana family. Awesome card breaks from football, baseball, basketball, and so much more. Ohana Sports Cards on Facebook. That's OHANA Sports Cards. Ohana Sports Cards.
Two dudes, one podcast, infinite laughs. Mancord. All rise. The sometimes honorable TJ Michaels presiding.
All righty. Man Court in session tonight where testosterone meets testimony. I am the sometimes honorable TJ Michaels. And in this arena, men come to seek justice and occasionally throw verbal haymakers. Our plaintiff about to face the scrutiny of not only the courtroom, but also the discerning eyes and ears of our esteemed freak jury. You can join the freak jury tonight by, just commenting wherever you're watching. Your comments will come up on the screen, and we'll get the advice to our plaintiff. By the way, if you have a problem and you need the help of the freak jury in man court, send us your problem online, alphamenpodcast.com, or send us a private message to one of our many social media accounts. In the courtroom tonight, it is the case of the restricted romance.
Okay.
Our plaintiff is Dane from Elizabeth, New Jersey. It is docket number 240319. Dane writes, "Hey, TJ and John, my name is Dane, and I'm needing a man court verdict. And also some advice maybe from the freak jury. I have a real serious thing going on with the girlfriend, and I don't know what to do about it. I'm hoping the other alpha men can offer some sound advice. So this past weekend, my girlfriend and I had a few drinks, started getting into a serious conversation. We've been together almost a year. It's been great. So I was happy to get deep with her and try to connect on a deeper level. During the conversation, I asked her if there were any dark secrets I didn't know about her. And she said yes.
Uh-oh.
But she also said she didn't feel like she wanted to tell me her deepest, darkest secrets and probably never would. She didn't cry or anything. She was just firm on what she said. I didn't push, but now I can't stop thinking about what possibly her deepest, darkest secrets might be. And then I asked myself, do I even want to know what they might be? Should I be worried about her? Should I be wary about her if she won't tell me, or happy that she won't? Do couples need to know each other's deepest, darkest secrets? What should I do? Dane from Elizabeth, New Jersey. All right.
I realize there's multiple pictures for this.
Yeah. So, if you've got advice for Dane, you can comment wherever you may be watching tonight, whether it be on YouTube or Rumble, Instagram, Facebook Live. I think this is something that a lot of folks get into.
What's your deepest secret?
Yeah.
What's yours?
Yeah. I'm not telling you. I'm not married to you. Well, Dane, welcome to the roller coaster ride that is romance. I mean,
I
don't
know if I got anything on this.
You kind of stumbled on maybe a mystery that's worthy of Sherlock Holmes himself, but I want you to picture this scenario. Okay, you're at a barbershop. You're getting your mane tamed, and suddenly you start wondering, does my girlfriend harbor a secret as a past ninja assassin? Okay, maybe it's a little stretchy here, but you get the gist. I think, Dane, you need to take a step back, kind of assess the situation here. I mean, you've been going out a year. Your girlfriend's refusal to spill her darkest secrets doesn't automatically make her, some mastermind behind some nefarious plot or serial killer or anything like that. Bless you.
Thank you. Whoa.
She's kind of more likely just guarding her privacy like a dragon hoarding a treasure, I guess. But hey, who doesn't love a good mystery, right? So instead of losing sleep over it, this deep, dark secret, and spoiler alert, it's probably just a penchant for binge watching cheesy rom-coms, but why not have a bit of fun with it? Next time you're cuddled up on the couch, live out your best detective impersonation and then play around to guess the secret. It's the clue, but with fewer candlesticks and more heartfelt conversations. Who knows? You might even learn something about each other in the process. But also remember this. A little mystery can be a good thing, And after all, what's a relationship without a few surprises along the way?
Her past is her past, I guess. I don't care about Emily's past. That's her past. My past is my past.
It's good because I'm all over it. Anyway, embrace the unknown, and I don't think you should be wary of your girlfriend's refusal to spill her deepest, darkest secrets. Just grab some popcorn, kick back, and enjoy the ride. I think that's what you do for now. And
I mean, what they say, don't screw up something that's going good.
Yeah,
I wouldn't keep prying because you never know.
She's clearly a lunatic.
You might find out she's a lunatic.
I don't. Yeah, right. Yeah, a year in, I don't think you got to know everything. All right.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I think you slow the roll just a little bit. And that is Man Court tonight on the Alpha Men podcast.
Cracking jokes and cold ones.
He's pressing him for the top spot.
He is out in the outside groove.
Some debris on the back straightaway.
Michelle came up with for the previous thing.
Mm.
She said maybe she doesn't have a secret and just doesn't want it to sound boring.
That's right. Maybe she just wants to be mysterious.
Yeah.
Right?
Ride the train. Ride the train. Yeah, ride the train.
There you go. Racing rundown. Bristol Motor Speedway, the Great Coliseum this past weekend, and really, really big tire troubles. But
I don't know if it's troubles or if it was a mistake that turned out to be gold.
Really, really big tire strategies. How about that?
There you go. Because watching it at first, I was like, oh my God, this is going to be a disaster. And then as they kept racing,
well, yeah, because
it became fun.
Beginning of the race, they were like, I don't think they have enough tires to finish this race. I mean, they're literally kicking that around. Luckily, NASCAR had a set of tires for each team in reserve, so they released them to them, and then they had enough to get through it. But it was not your average Bristol Motor Speedway race,
which is good.
We've
had some exciting races so far in the 2024 season.
There was a ton of passing in this racing.
Yeah, 54 lead changes.
Yeah.
54. I beat them by 16 for the last record.
It's incredible. And the tires, everybody says, oh, it's one groove racing and nobody can pass and da-da-da-da. It's so boring and da-da-da-da-da. That race was anything but boring. And the tire window, the pit window, made it interesting. Made it
awesome.
More interesting.
I agree.
It was a great race.
What was driving me nuts was the fans. Listen to the fans talk about it after. Oh, it's half full.
Oh,
that place half full fills up Phoenix. Phoenix holds 42,000 people. So if Bristol was half full, that was like 77 to 80,000 people there. Yeah. I mean, go to Foxborough. What's it hold? 39,000. The average of that, yeah, it can't be that much.
Foxborough holds more than that.
But
Foxborough holds probably 80, 88, 89, somewhere around there.
But so I mean, pretty much any stadium that football is in, NASCAR hasn't beat.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. It was a good race, and Denny Hamlin comes out with the victory, and
Foxborough takes 60,292 seats.
All right, there you go.
So there was still more people here than Foxborough.
Yeah.
You gotta remember this place seats like 160, 70,000. Yeah.
It's massive.
And it's so tiny. I mean, it's compact, but it is freaking huge. You gotta go.
Yeah. So Denny Hamlin wins.
Yep.
A lot of tempers in this race. A lot of
uncertainty. I mean, you had the tire situation. The drivers now have never had to deal with this. I mean, nobody had to worry about tire wear like they did before. I got to tell you
something. Back in the mid '80s, early '90s, that's how every race was.
Mm-hmm.
Almost. Mark Martin, Rusty Wallace, all those guys, they had to manage their tires.
Yeah.
That's why Days of Thunder has that segment with Harry Hogg and
right here
and Cole Trickle. There you go. That's the segment. He ran this way, his way, and this way, my way. My way was 8 seconds faster, and you see the tires all ripped to shreds. So I mean that's the way that it used to be, and the Goodyear Eagles were very much different than they are today, and that a fuel run. Sometimes the fuel run lasted longer than the tires.
Yeah. So now we're heading to Coda, to the roller coaster, as I call it. I've never been. It's my first time going.
I thought you were out there last year.
Nope, never been to Coda. I've been to Texas Speedway, but never Coda.
All righty. And COTA is, for those that don't know, Circuit of the Americas.
Chase, yes. Chase Elliott, Brad Casey, they enjoyed it. Yeah. I mean, Brad, who else would be old enough? Brad, Denny, a couple other guys, they have a little more old school racing compared to the newer guys. So, but yeah, COTA, this place is a massive incline going into turn 1, then all the way back down to 2. It's like a roller coaster. I mean,
and we're going road course racing this week.
We're turning right.
Circuit of the Americas is in
Austin,
Texas.
Yep, just outside of it.
And I'm interested. I love road racing. I like road racing. So
Road America is my favorite track for road course. Pretty much, it's my favorite track overall because of the location. It's beautiful there. It reminds me of Vermont, but it's also fun. So this place is totally different package. So I can't wait to see.
Yeah.
Well, this might become my new favorite road course.
I spent many years going to the Glen.
Yeah, Glen's nice. Glen is beautiful.
Yeah.
But it just sucks for me to get there because like 2-hour drive to get there after the airport. Oh,
yeah.
But that place is so beautiful.
It's not close to anything. It's the Finger Lakes region in New York, and it's But my brothers used to have a campsite in the S's.
Nice.
Just off the S's, and we used to.
Yeah, Scott. I know you'd say Sonoma. The only reason I like Sonoma is because I get to see you there. But other than that, Sonoma sucks to me. I'm not a fan of it.
Road course racers be the favorites this weekend at COTA, and we get back to racing on Sunday, and that's pretty much it, right? That's the race.
Yeah, it's trucks, Xfinity, and Cup this week. That's it.
All righty, that's our race recap on the Alpha Men podcast.
Who needs a foot in the ass? The Alpha Men podcast presents
my foot into this thing called your ass.
The Red Foreman Awards.
You dumbass.
The Red Foreman Awards, which pay homage to that fearsome father from that 70s show. The greatest award show.
You'll have a classic case of foot stuck in ass.
Before you even said I was going to do it.
On television. We get started tonight with our That Escalated Quickly Award. Goes to a hall safety monitor and a teacher from John Harros High School in Pennsylvania this week, who went all world star in the hallway. Both of them were placed on paid leave after a verbal argument escalated into a fight Wednesday morning. The altercation went down between the safety monitor and the teacher in a classroom, according to a letter released to parents. And I think we have video?
Yep.
All right, check out this video from John Harris High School in Harrisburg earlier today. A teacher and a safety monitor apparently got into this fight in a classroom. The school district says the safety monitor unexpectedly confronted the teacher about a personal concern. The superintendent calls the incident unacceptable and highly unusual.
We will not tolerate this kind of behavior in our schools, and we apologize for the impact this incident may have had on students who look at our staff as trusted adults.
The teacher and safety monitor were both escorted out of the building and are now on paid leave pending an investigation. No one was hurt.
But it's not all bad. They get red formans this week. And they did say that the safety monitor had been employed by the school for 7 years, the teacher for about 2. And apparently other teachers and a student tried to break up the brawl. The superintendent said he couldn't go into detail about why the fight happened, but he noted no injuries were reported, and an investigation into the incident is ongoing. So, next up, our next Red Foreman Award, the award for congeniality, goes to 27-year-old Alexis Hartnett of South Carolina, who was caught doing jumping jacks completely naked in her front yard. Yes, witnesses reported seeing Alexis flaunting her moves while topless and screaming in broad daylight. A teenage boy across the street called police with one hand.
Was it her?
No, it was not her. After capturing Alexis Gone Wild's display on video, providing concrete evidence for the police, by the way, despite a lack of offense, which offered a clear view into Hartnett's yard. The spectacle continued until law enforcement showed up, Jumpin' Jill was arrested but later released on bond with strict orders to remain in her home. This isn't Hartnett's first brush with the law as she awaits a trial for a separate assault and battery charge later this month.
She's
totally
clearly
stable.
a lunatic.
Oh, no, she looks stable. Look at her. I mean, clearly salt of the earth.
Looks like you have some Visine dripped in your drinks for about 3 months.
Next up, the Are You Out of Your Mind Golden Foreman goes to Cody Bellamy of Michigan. Cody had some stolen jewelry, and he was headed to prison on Sunday. Just not the way that you're thinking. He was driving himself, and he broke in. Police in Michigan responded to a burglary alarm late Sunday night after there was a break-in at the former Standish Correctional Facility, which closed in 2009. When they got there, they found a smashed glass door. Later saw a 42-year-old man named Cody Bellamy walking out. He had driven a 2015 Lexus to the prison, and when cops looked inside it, they found a whole bunch of stolen jewelry, cash, burglary tools, and an unregistered firearm. Cody was arrested.
Half idiot, half moron.
And hit with 4 charges, including breaking and entering and possession of burglary tools. It's unclear what he was doing. He told police he was just walking around and taking a look, but cops didn't buy that. So here's a guy who had stolen jewelry, burglary equipment, who broke into a closed-down prison and got caught.
Dumbass. You dumbass.
Did you hear the last audio?
I did.
The half idiot, half moron.
Right.
Yeah.
And finally, our award for Dumbass of the Week goes to a 42-year-old man named D's Nuts.
Really?
He's facing charges in Wisconsin. Yes, it's spelled DEEZNUTS. He got arrested at his home in Green Bay last Tuesday for hitting and shoving his daughter because she hadn't done her chores. He also allegedly pulled a BB gun that looked real, but it doesn't sound like the daughter was seriously hurt, thank goodness. D's Nuts apparently had been doing some drinking. Cops say he appeared to be highly intoxicated when they showed up around 10 p.m. He was out on his porch in pajama bottoms with no shirt. Their police report says they walked up to the top of the stairs and took D's Nuts into custody. He goes on to say that D's Nuts, in handcuffs, made sure that they were tight enough not to slip off. They arrested him for battery and disorderly conduct. By the way, D's Nuts is just his first name, and not is just his first name. He was born Derek Lee Kroll. He legally changed his first name in 2011, but then had to change it. He had to change it again 6 years later. Excuse me. When he realized that he misspelled D's. Originally, he only had one E in it, so it was Des Nuts. So we're guessing the joke wasn't landing.
So I'm going to retract that.
I'm
going to retract that and save it for this guy.
You are a hybrid. Half idiot, half moron.
I mean, holy
D's
crap.
Nuts added the second E in 2017.
I'm glad I could spell.
So that the joke would land. And that's the Red Foreman Awards tonight on the podcast.
No filter, all funny.
All righty. We're going to play Are You Smarter Than Baby Huey? St. Patrick's edition. Of course, a couple of days ago, St. Patrick's Day, we missed it, but figured it's not too late.
Yeah.
Are You Smarter Than Baby Huey tonight is all revolves around famous Patricks. Okay?
Okay.
You ready?
I guess.
You can play along at home, and you can assist him by commenting what you think the right answer is in the comment section. Here we go. Question number 1. Patrick means patrician or noble. While British actor Patrick Macnee, he was in the Avengers, was never knighted himself, He did play a nobleman in several movies, including the highly quotable comedy from 1984, where he was Sir Dennis Eston Hogg. Okay? What was that movie? Was it Dune, The Never-Ending Story, or This Is Spinal Tap?
Oh, I think it's. I've seen it. I want to say it's Spinal Tap, but
Ding,
I'm
ding,
gonna
ding,
go.
ding, ding,
Is
ding,
that
ding,
okay?
ding, you're correct.
I pretty damn sure. I was like, it's got to be that.
All right, question number 2.
Looks old.
Are you smarter than Baby Huey?
Spinal Tap.
There you go. There he is. Patrick Wilson began his career as a Tony-nominated Broadway musical star.
Yeah.
But his movie work has been notable for franchise work, as in the Insidious, Conjuring, and Aquaman series.
Okay.
So, true or false, he made his directorial debut in 2023 in the 2023 sequel, Insidious, The Purple Door. True or false?
I have no clue on this one. False.
It is false. It was Insidious, The Red Door. The Red Door.
Nice.
All right. Speaking of franchises, Patrick Stewart has anchored both Star Trek, The Next Generation, and the X-Men.
Yep.
In which of those series has he appeared in more big screen installments? Star Trek or X-Men?
Oh. I'm going to go with X-Men.
X-Men is correct. Ding, 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 yes.
Just because...
He's in 7 X-Men movies, 4 Star Trek movies.
I was like, there ain't a lot of Star Trek movies. I know there is some, but it can't be a lot.
Yeah.
X-Men.
Less well-known as many of his fellow Patrick actors, Patrick Renna is nonetheless responsible for uttering one of the most famous film lines of the 1990s.
Killing Me Smalls.
Oh, wow. In the 1994 cult classic coming-of-age sports comedy called The Sandlot, what is the quote? You got it. You're killing me.
That's what I know for it. That and the marshmallow making scene.
Wow. Didn't even need the choices on that one.
No, I knew that instantly.
Yeah. Patrick Fugit made his big screen debut as the lead in this semi-autobiographical 2000 comedy drama. But he saw his 2 female co-stars land Best Supporting Actress nominations at the Oscars and his writer-director win for Best Original Screenplay. What is the name of the film? Is it American Psycho, The Patriot, or Almost Famous?
I'm going to guess on limb. Almost Famous.
Almost Famous is correct. Yeah. There you
go. I'm shit up guessing these.
Totally guessed.
I've never seen this movie.
Oh, great movie. Great movie.
What's it about?
What famous film Patrick has played the following roles? Sam Wheat, Daryl Curtis, James Dalton, Johnny Castle, Pecos Bill, or Vita Boheme?
You said Dalton.
Yeah.
That would be Mr. Patrick Swayze from Roadhouse.
Oh.
I used to follow myself to that back when I was a bouncer.
Patrick Swayze, Patrick Dempsey, or Patrick Duffy. You got it, Patrick Swayze.
You said Dalton. As soon as you said Dalton, I was like, it's got to be it's Patrick Swayze. Okay.
Number 7, what New York Irish actor? His parents were both Irish citizens. Best known for his British TV work, is also remembered for having turned down the roles of James Bond, Albus Dumbledore in the Harry Potter movies, and Gandalf in Lord of the Rings. Right? So this guy, famous for British TV work, but turned down all 3 of those huge monster roles. Is it Patrick Magoo or Pat Morita?
Well, Pat's out because it's a Patrick thing.
And Pat is
Patrick Magoo?
No, it's Patrick McGowan.
Hmm.
Mr. McGowan is a good character. I just made that up. Patrick McGowan.
Oh, I didn't know.
There you go. Patrick McGowan. All right. Number 8, Patrick Dempsey combined his real-world hobby of auto racing with his acting day job by playing Italian race car driver Piero Taruffi in what 2023 film? Was it Shelby? Was it Le Mans? Or was it Ferrari?
Ferrari.
That is correct. That's correct.
I just saw it.
Yeah.
Ferrari.
Yep, there he is.
Yeah, I saw it. It's actually pretty good.
Number 9, this actor model doesn't just have the noble name of Patrick, but he's also the son of a former governor and the great nephew of a U.S. president. Who is he? Patrick Warburton, Patrick O'Connell, or Patrick Schwarzenegger?
Patrick Schwarzenegger sounds just like president. No, or what's the second one? O'Neill.
Patrick O'Connell, Patrick Warburton, or Patrick Schwarzenegger?
I'm going the second one.
Patrick Warburton.
Yeah.
Bzzz.
I didn't know this.
Is Patrick Schwarzenegger?
Really?
Yeah. He's the great nephew of John F. Kennedy. And he's also the son of Arnold Schwarzenegger, former governor.
Wait, so he's related to JFK?
Yeah, because Arnold Schwarzenegger's wife is a Kennedy.
Oh yeah, that's right. Duh. Good call.
All righty. Final question. No choices on this one. What is Patrick's last name?
Oh.
On SpongeBob SquarePants.
Patrick? I don't know.
Patrick Star.
Ah.
Patrick Star.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. There you have it. You did pretty well, though, dude. I think you got like 8 right. I think you only got...
I was nervous.
I think you only got two wrong. That's not bad.
The peaks that star.
That's not bad.
Man. I should have polled the audience.
Yeah.
Chelsea Star. Yeah. I was stumped on these. Like, 2 I just guess, right? And the rest I knew. I mean, when you said Dalton, I was like, boom, got that one.
Yeah, I knew Dalton would give that one away.
Yeah.
If I would have left Dalton out of that,
you probably got away with it.
I
probably said Patrick Dempsey or something.
There you go. That is Are You Smarter Than Baby Huey tonight on the Alpha Men podcast.
Raising a glass and the bar on manly comedy. Welcome. This is Chick Flicks Are Dumb on the Alpha Men podcast.
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah. Make me watch this again. I'm going to kill you.
Let me preface this by saying I'd rather have a root canal without anesthesia than sit through another romantic comedy, but we did do it. We watch it. So you don't have to. You're welcome. We watched this week The Truth About Cats and Dogs, starring Uma Thurman and Janine Garofalo from 1996. And I got to be honest, I was bracing myself for a buttload of cliches, sappy dialogue, and eye-rolling moments. Spoiler alert, it delivered on all fronts. Okay. Mm-hmm. The movie starts with a premise that's so bad and so absurd, it can only come from the depths of really romantic comedy hell. Okay. A radio host.
Are boring.
A radio host played by Janine Garofalo. She has a pet show. Okay. She talks on the radio about pets. She seeks the advice from her model friend, who's played by Uma Thurman, to seduce a guy who calls into the show regularly. Because, a quirky personality isn't enough to win over the dude these days. You got to have the looks of a runway model to even stand a chance. So, first off, for all you ladies out there, way to set up unrealistic expectations, Hollywood. Okay? And so, in this movie, even though Janine Garofalo plays for the other team, she's not ugly. Okay? Mm-mm. All right? But this movie, its whole premise is that she's the ugly one and Uma Thurman is the cute one, and that the guy that she's talking to on the radio who calls into her show won't like her because she's the ugly one, so she needs Uma Thurman's help. It really, because there is not one. I mean, not one original idea left in all of Hollywood. What you're actually watching is the classic tale of Cyrano de Bergerac with the genders reversed, right? I mean, that's what it is. So, the leading man in this movie, typical clueless, emotionally stunted guy. You know, I mean, it sucks. Okay, the humor in this movie is a train wreck. It falls flat every single time, and you know what? The attempts at romance, they make you cringe. Really,
It was
hard.
stupid.
It was dumb. Yeah. So listen, hey, if you're into predictable plot lines, contrived misunderstandings, and characters that are so one-dimensional, they make cardboard cutouts look like, deep characters, then this might be the movie for you. The Truth About Cats and Dogs. It might be a masterpiece for you. So we use the adult beverage movie rating scale here. We do have the trailer. Can we just so people see it?
You gotta have a boyfriend. Otherwise, it's just you and a cat, and the next thing you know, 40 candles on your birthday cake. What does that mean?
In life, there are people like Noelle.
You burp and guys think it's adorable. You puke and they line up to hold your hair back. That's not true.
And then there's the rest of us.
3 years, no sex? One can survive, this is the electronic age.
Abby didn't know she had what it took.
How about you meet us for a drink?
I'm 5'10", blonde, hard to miss.
Until she got in over her head.
You have to help me. I just want you to be me when he comes in here, okay?
Hi, Abby.
Hi.
Wish you were here.
I wish you were here, too.
I wish you were here, too.
1 minute she's one thing.
I don't know what I'm doing.
The next minute she's something else completely.
But only Brian
Loves you. You're the boys. I'm just.
Well, Michelle, you should.
could open her eyes to the truth.
I love Abby. It doesn't matter what she looks like.
The truth about cats and dogs.
I just took my shoes off.
Really?
Rated PG-13. Starts Friday, April 26th at theaters everywhere.
We should go watch it
I don't know,
again.
it's like PTSD.
It was just really slow, boring to me.
Watching that trailer is like PTSD. Like, I hate it even more. Seeing the trailer and the funny parts that were actually the funniest parts in the movie that were in the trailer that weren't funny at all. So you can imagine what the rest of the movie's like.
I mean, they should have had some stuff like this in there or something just to make it more interesting.
Right. Yeah, I agree. Stop a robbery.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah. But anyway, we use the adult beverage movie rating scale around here, with the best possible movie getting a 30-pack of PBR. I'm looking at you, Roadhouse, Days of Thunder, and Top Gun. But this one is nowhere near that. And here's what I'm going to give it. You know how you go into a six-pack shop and they have signs up all over the place that say, "We don't sell singles"? And yet there's always those six-packs in the cooler of like Keystone Light that are missing 2 cans. That's what I give this movie. A 6-pack of Keystone Light that's missing 2 cans. Because this movie is missing a whole hell of a lot. All right. And yeah. Truth About Cats and Dogs. 1996, Uma Thurman, Janine Garofalo. We don't recommend it. You'll never get your life back after watching it.
Makes me tired thinking about it.
Absolutely. That's Chick Flicks Are Dumb, tonight on the Alpha Men Podcast. This portion of the Alpha Men Podcast is proudly presented by Ohana Sports Cards on Facebook. Ohana means family, and that's how they treat their customers, like family. Check out Ohana Sports Cards on Facebook and become part of the Ohana family. Awesome card breaks from football, baseball, basketball, and so much more. Ohana Sports Cards on Facebook. That's OHANA Sports Cards. Ohana Sports Cards.
No filter, all funny. A segment we call Your Team Sucks.
All righty. 49ers court. Yeah.
What?
I don't know. My screen's flipping out over here. I got things flying all over the place.
It's on the.
There we go. All right.
Okay.
I think we're good now. 49ers quarterback Brock Purdy got married this week.
Yeah.
I figured as long as Kyle Shanahan is his coach in Super Bowls, it's the only way he's going to get a ring.
Oh, here comes Peak.
PNC Park in Pittsburgh has been named the best Major League Stadium in the country, especially for players on the visiting team. That's it. Pirates suck jokes. That's yeah. Anyway, America's fastest growing.
That was lame.
Yeah, America's fastest growing high school sport is girls wrestling.
Really?
And I don't know. I don't know that it's going to catch on. It might be just a fad. I mean, if you really want to see women wrestle, go to Target whenever they sell those Stanley tumblers. That's really women's wrestling right there. March Madness underway, or as Britney Spears knows it, March.
Leave Britney alone.
The March Madness bracket is set, and the matchups scheduled. This year, the number one seeds are UConn, Houston, Purdue, and North Carolina.
North Carolina what?
Huh?
North Carolina State.
North Carolina, NC.
No.
State. Yeah.
So let me tell you a little backstory on that.
Yeah.
You got Tar Heels here. You got Duke.
Yep.
All those guys. These guys, the North Carolina State went 5 games in a row, 5 days in a row.
Yep.
It took out every single top 10, minus St. Louisville was 13th. Mm-hmm. So 4 of the 5 were in the top 10. Took them all out and beat them all.
Wow.
The first time since 1987, and it's the first time NC State's been in a March Madness. It was insane.
Well, top seeds in the East include UConn ranked number 1, then Iowa State, Illinois, and Auburn. In the West, it's North Carolina, Arizona, Baylor, and Alabama. In the South, it's Houston, Marquette, Kentucky, and Duke. And in the Midwest, it's Purdue, Tennessee, Creighton, and Kansas. And as always, there are teams and fans that'll be pissed because they were snubbed and left out of the big dance this year. Those teams include Oklahoma, Seton Hall, Indiana State, Pittsburgh, St. John's, and Providence. But with the bracket officially released, we now know the odds going into the tournament.
Yeah.
And UConn is plus 425, Houston plus 500, Purdue plus 600, North Carolina plus 1,400, Arizona, Tennessee plus 1,600, Auburn plus 1,800, Iowa State plus 2,000, Kentucky plus 2,200, Marquette plus 2,500.
Where's Vermont?
I have no idea. I didn't look that individual, but they're in it. They're in it. I know they're in it. Yeah. If long shots are with you, if your long shots are your thing, plus 100,000, you can go with Howard, St. Peter's, Montana State, Colgate, Grambling, Wagner, Stetson, or Longwood. And as always, bet with your head, not with your heart. All right.
I'm going to bet $1 parlay on that. All of them.
All of them, yeah. 2024 first week of NFL free agency is over in the NFL. Do you guys over there in Arlington do anything at all? I mean,
no, we're set. It sounds like, according to freaking Jerry Jones.
You didn't try and get anybody or get rid of anybody?
No, we're keeping everybody. We're the old school.
Okay. All right.
I don't no clue.
Good luck with that.
Thanks. You guys got some powerhouses.
Our powerhouse is a guy by the name of Howie.
Yeah.
In our front office. Yeah. So anyway, winners include, of course, Philadelphia, who got all kinds of great stuff going on. Kenny Pickett coming from the Steelers.
He sucks.
I don't care. He can suck.
You will care. Dude. You will care if fucking Hurts gets hurt.
but no, seriously, he may suck, but does he suck to the level that he's a bad backup quarterback? He doesn't. He's still better. No. I mean, as a backup, he's got in-game experience. He's got,
Yeah,
I mean,
that makes sense. I mean,
he doesn't have to be great to be a backup quarterback.
Yeah.
Cleveland Browns did very well this week.
That's how your backup quarterback's the only guy that gets you the Super Bowl ring.
Yeah. Cleveland Browns did well. It all depends. It hinges on how good or bad the Deshaun Watson thing ends up being this season. They were able to add Jerry Jeudy, boosted the O-line, brought in Jameis Winston as a backup to Watson. Who would have thought couple of years ago, you would see Deshaun Watson and Jameis Winston on the same team, and Jameis Winston would be the backup.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Crazy. Houston Texans, serious beef physically added to the defense. They brought in Joe Mixon to run the ball, making them a team that looks serious about at least contending. Los Angeles Rams, not as splashy as they've been in years past, but the moves they made in the first week make sense with the addition of tight end, offensive line help, and defensive boosts at quarterback and safety. Minnesota Vikings, yeah, they lost Kirk Cousins, but the addition of Aaron Jones at running back is huge. Defensive front seven got younger and should be even more intimidating. Tampa Bay Bucks kept their free agents, and Jordan Whitehead is an underrated addition. The losers, Dallas Cowboys. That's what I was saying. Arizona Cardinals, top five in salary cap space, and yet their splashiest addition was a backup QB. It leads you to ask, what's the money being saved for? By the way, for the Cowboys, as often as all in was cried out, the actions haven't come close to even matching the words. All right, so that's all there is to it. Vegas Raiders, paying Kristen Wilkins, right move, but there are plenty of holes left to fill, and not all of them are going to be filled in the draft. Miami Dolphins, they've gotten stronger at linebacker, but the other moves they made this week look like Band-Aids, and cap space has them really limited. And the Tennessee Titans, Will Levi's got some help with the addition of Tony Pollard and Calvin Ridley, but that combined with $113 million is going to take away from funding from other spots that need attention. So that's kind of the deal. And, of course, the big pick, we mentioned it, Kenny Pickett. This is the interesting thing about Kenny Pickett. Shortly after the Pittsburgh Steelers picked up Russell Wilson at quarterback, Kenny Pickett was traded to Philadelphia. Now, the reports suggest that the 2022 first-round pick, his attitude may have been the reason why. Steelers reporter Gary Dulock says Pickett handled news of Wilson's arrival poorly and added on to Pickett's refusal to dress as the emergency third quarterback in Week 17 of last season. This seems to have shown an attitudinal trend from Pickett that Pittsburgh was no longer willing to entertain. And that's an attitude that won't fly in Philly. However, this is a kid that grew up just outside of Philadelphia, and there's pictures of him in high school dressed from head to toe in Eagles gear. His whole family are Eagles fans. He's always wanted to be an Eagle. Might just change his attitude. We'll see.
Poor kid.
We'll
Feel bad for him.
We'll see. That is Your Team Sucks. The Alpha Men on Sports tonight on the Alpha Men Podcast.
This is the Alpha Men Podcast.
Our hidden hero is Harold Terrence.
Oh, this guy. Yeah.
There he is with his fiance. Harold is 100 years old. He is a World War II veteran who is set to marry his 96-year-old fiance, Jean Swerlin. And they're going to get married near the beaches where U.S. troops landed during the D-Day invasion.
Awesome.
Their love story began in 2021. And
2021.
they planned 2021. He's 100, she's 96.
Wow.
They plan to tie the knot in June, coinciding with the 80th anniversary of the celebration of France's liberation from the Nazis. Terrence served as a radio reporter and a radio repair technician attached to a fighter squadron, and he played a crucial role on D-Day, helping repair planes returning from France. He also undertook secret missions, including one to transport American bombers to Russia for refueling. The couple's romance blossomed late in life, with a chance encounter leading to a whirlwind courtship. Their upcoming wedding is the next step in their love story, which has captured the hearts of those around them. The ceremony is going to take place in a 17th century chapel in the town of, I'm not going to say it because I'm not going to say it right, a town in Normandy. And will be officiated by the town's mayor, who says it'll be a pleasure to be a part of the couple's big day. 100 years old. And they're getting married in June.
So they met in 2021.
Yeah.
So they're rushing things.
Yes, that's what I thought.
I mean,
That's what I
shoot,
thought.
I would wait a couple more years to make sure it's really true love.
Well, I would say, like, imagine that's going to be a hell of a honeymoon right there.
My caretaker's gonna stay in a room with us tonight. Why?
Right.
I got
Hey,
blues
should
here.
we order invitations for the wedding? Come on, let's be honest. We might not make it there. Come on, don't waste the money.
Props up, props to him though.
100 years old and getting married in June. Hidden Heroes this week on the Alpha Men podcast.
Two dudes, one podcast. Infinite closing time.
All right.
What is this?
Okay.
Nito Burrito?
Yes, Nito Burrito. It is a Mexican restaurant chain in Pennsylvania. Getting some free publicity this week. I'm not sure they wanted the free publicity, but they're getting it. Someone who's been experimenting with AI made an unofficial television commercial for them. It's half commercial and half fever dream. Oh, and did I mention it's set to death metal?
Okay.
So this is what Nito Burrito's normal advertising looks like.
You there?
Yeah.
It froze.
Okay.
Well, last I heard was.
I said this is what Nito Burrito's normal advertising looks like.
Okay, I heard advertising that froze. You're still froze. I can still hear you though. So we'll see if you can see this.
Yeah, go ahead and play the video.
Oh, there you go. It's back. Wow.
Looks like a nice place, right?
Yeah.
You probably go there and check it out. It doesn't look bad, right? Well, the person that put together the AI unofficial ad for them is a real big fan of death metal. And well, the commercial does not quite look like that. It looks very very different.
Wow.
I don't think I'm ever eating Mexican again.
Wow. Holy shit. That was intense.
I don't think AI is ready for prime time yet. I'm just saying. I'm pretty sure there's a lot in that video that Nito Burrito doesn't really want associated with their brand, namely the snakes, worms, and maggots. But the
that's
guy's
insane.
a fan.
Oh, I mean, you definitely get your demographics, certain ones.
I'm never going to be able to eat a taco again without thinking about that. That's just all there is to it.
Wow. That is intense.
That's going to do it for the Alphabet podcast tonight.
I kind of want to watch that again because that was just so wild.
That's what I thought. I saw it and I went, holy crap, my head's going to explode. I'm like watching it going, whoa.
That is crazy.
The dead chicken feet and the maggots, though, was a little bit much for me for a food commercial, though. You know, probably.
I give that joke a 5.
Probably could have done without it. Listen, we hope you had a great time. We will see you back next Tuesday night. Same bat time, same bat channel. Nito Burrito. If you're in the Pennsylvania area, check them out. And we'll see you next time. Take care.
And that's a wrap. We hope you've had as much fun as we've had here at the Alpha Men Podcast. Remember, our advice might not solve your problems, but it surely will make them funnier. Before we bid you adieu, a big old thanks to our loyal pack of Alpha viewers. You all are the real MVPs, keeping us company on a roller coaster of a podcast ride. And thanks
Ohana Sports Cards on Facebook
and Garage Door Commander. Join us live Tuesday nights at 8. Visit alphamenpodcast.com and the Alpha Man store. Until next time, keep your feet in the gas. It's a checkers or wreckers world.
Put up or shut up.
Never gonna